Dad'll be like, "Did we make this less like what is this, day 43? Yeah, it's
Day
still
43.
good." Yeah, still good. It'll be like it'll be like junk, like ground beef soup. And he'll be like, "Yeah, no, it's still good."
We can eat this when September ends. No, anyway.
God damn it.
So we're ready?
Yeah. What? Do you wanna talk us in?
I mean, I was going to just jump in at it and not hoping you wouldn't know that I was going to do, but now you spoiled it, so you can just do it.
Oh, really? Now you're just gonna be like a little 3-year-old? Be like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, Vivian's rubbing off on me.
Let's get Vivian in here, have her do it.
She would have fun. She'd just look at the camera and go, "Hi, Dad." Welcome back with ChknAtk. Here we are, episode 20. I am your host. That is a big beer. Is that a stout?
Yes, it's a pumpkin stout.
Pumpkin stout. Nice. Anyway, I am one of your hosts, the better good-looking host, the more talented host. Talented.
You
And
wish.
co-hosting, as always, is my brother.
Shid here. How are you? I'm channeling my William Shatner, apparently. I don't know why I said it that way.
See, it's weird coming in as a second person, isn't it? I wanted you to
Yeah,
get that feel.
we need to work that one out. Need to iron that out. Work out the kinks.
Yes, sir. But anyway, how you feeling? Anything new going on? What you playing? I see you've been uploading some Tarkov shorts and some Tarkov content.
Yeah, go when you see that stuff come up, go thumbs it up, like it, all that good stuff. Like initial thumbs ups and likes really help feed the algorithm, so that
We
makes
gotta
it
feed
fun.
that algorithm.
Oh, you have to, otherwise YouTube just buries it. It's like, nope, nobody liked this in the first 30 seconds it's been up. Must suck.
Nobody likes a skinny algorithm. Who's ever heard of a skinny algorithm?
Yeah, skinny algorithms suck.
Yep.
Yeah, that leads to algorithm dysmorphia. But
good stuff,
yeah,
though.
so yeah, I've been messing around with metal and playing with the ability to easily make some clips and post stuff up. It's gotten some good reception on some of them. I need to figure out what the deal is, because the one that I posted yesterday is like, I think it has to do with the length. Like, it's double the length, and I've only gotten like 2 views. But the first one I posted was 17 seconds, and it got like 4,500 views.
Wow.
So I have no idea.
That's a good little viewership there. Now I just have a question on that, because are you posting that under ChknAtk's handle or under your handle?
No, I'm posting that under mine. I did post one under ChknAtk yesterday.
For our intro.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna start doing that over there. See how that goes. Not sure. I don't know. This is all just like figuring stuff out and like seeing what works, really. So
yep, we're finding our identity.
I think it just has more to do with like learning how the hell YouTube works.
Yep. Because yeah, I haven't activated my deadline mode yet, because I got the Shadowcast on Wednesday, and I still don't have it hooked up or mess around with it yet or anything. But that's what I wanted to do, was to just not actually like play games to make content, but just like record whenever I'm playing casually, and if there's something I like, screen capture those 15 seconds or whatever. You can change how much it goes back and captures, but just start capturing stuff like that, and yeah, trying to make my own stuff. I just didn't know then if I should put it under ChknAtk to bolster our channel or whatever, stuff like that. But
I mean, if you want to play under the Yeah, if you want to play under the ChknAtk thing, why not? I mean, put
Yeah.
some content out there. I
I
don't
mean, I
care.
kind of like that idea. Especially since, yeah, because I do want to talk to you offline about some ideas I have for finding our identity.
Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on and trying new things,
It's
figuring things out, seeing what the community likes. That's the big thing is
hmm
need to hear from you guys, the listeners, the viewers, and let us know what you like, what you want, and we can run with that.
absolutely. Right now, you guys have us wrapped around your finger, so tell us what you want and we'll do it.
But aside from that, I haven't really been playing much of anything. Um, aside from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Let's see, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Oh yeah, we go live on Tuesday. Um, went to the fair on Friday. So when actually, so I had a vendor event at work. So as you guys may know, I work in the game industry, work for Wizards of the Coast. And being in the tech field and the security field and stuff like that, there's a lot of vendors out there, a lot of software vendors, a lot of they're called value added resellers. So what they'll do is they'll help with any projects you got going on, software rollouts, upgrades, anything. You could talk to them and they'll kind of do like some contract work for you. Just come in, do this, get out. But to bolster their relationship with you and figure out what it is your needs are and everything like that, they'll put on some events and have people out and do stuff. And we did go-karting and then had a happy hour at a brewery. But the go-karting, it was a 20-turn road course with 50-mile-an-hour go-karts. You had to like,
That sounds fun.
oh, it was a
Were
blast.
there banana peels involved?
No, there
No
weren't.
banana peels.
But
Darn.
it was ridiculous. You had to wear helmets and everything while riding. The first turn is at the end. So the starting line is at the beginning of like a straightaway, like most like F1 road courses and stuff are, and then it goes into a 90-degree left-hand turn. That has like a 20-degree grade down to the right. So you make a left-hand turn into like a right-hand dip. And on the second lap, I hit it doing about 52, and I braked too late. Ended up spinning out, did like 360s, like just blew off the side of the track into the dirt. And I'm like, oh, okay, gotta go a little bit slower going into there, or not brake as hard. But we
See,
did
it's
two.
stuff like this that makes me know that I'm the better driver. We've always
Mm,
had these discussions. Who's the better driver?
mm-hmm. Yeah, so my first lap, well, the first two circuits were time trials. I dropped 8 seconds off my lap time once I figured out how to drive it.
How to brake? How the pedal on your
Yeah.
left? What that does?
So cool thing is, you don't need to let go of the gas. When you hit the brake, it disengages the gas. So you just keep the gas pedal floored, and then you just brake. I was like, oh, okay,
So
this
you're
is
using
easy.
both feet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But the so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so then we did two more circuits at the end, which were Grand Prix. So they all started us on the track at the same time, staggered start from a stop. Like they had green flag drop and everything, and that was a blast. But I time trial wise, I placed fourth, so I had the fourth place seed going into the
You ain't
Grand Prix.
first or last.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
No.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last.
Well, okay.
When he's talking to his
The Vin
dad.
Diesel one is it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm talking Ricky Bobby. Hell, that make no sense. That's the dumbest advice ever. Hell, you could be second, you could be third, hell, you could be fourth.
but
See, I had to hammer nail that one.
So you didn't. You chose to.
Well, you didn't get it. You had the wrong reference. Anyway,
I
proceed forth.
got the
Time to go.
joke. I didn't recognize the reference. There's a difference. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, I know how to drive this turn now, but we had everyone right there trying to do it at the same time. So I went to the outside of the turn and I braked and then just made like a hard left to hug the corner, hug the apex. But there were people trying to cut me off on the inside of the turn. So as I like make my left hand turn, I get T-boned by a guy. He hit me so hard he spun out and caused, what was I, 4th place? We had 19 people, so there was 13? No, 15. There are 15 people behind me that all got stuck in the pile up that I inadvertently caused. I'm like, oh, okay, at least I wasn't back there. But yeah, it was a blast. It was very intense driving, like trying to push the cart as hard as you can around these turns. Like, I'm still kind of sore. Like, my shoulders are still kind of sore. I'm like, holy shit, I'm so
That was on Friday.
so out of shape. Yeah, but it was
That sounds like
it
a
was
heck
a
of an event,
blast.
though.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was a good time. And then we went to the fair and a concert.
I got a small riddle for you.
Okay.
So this is a racing riddle, whether it's running, driving, whatever. If I'm in 3rd and I passed 2nd, what place am I in?
If you're in 3rd and you passed 2nd, what place are you in? You're in 2nd.
There you go. Yeah. Usually instinctively people answer way too quickly. They're like, oh, I passed 2nd, so I'm in 1st. And it's like, no, you just took over 2nd place.
Yeah.
People usually answer too quickly off that one. They don't take the minute to pause and give it
I was trying to think for a second because I was like, wait, if you're in 3rd and you pass 2nd, if for some reason I was like, you can't pass 2nd when you're in 3rd. So I was like, you must have lapped him. Like,
no, you passed the 2nd place person.
Well, yeah, I know. My brain was like doing these mental gymnastics. Like, where's the trick here?
Mental gymnastics. I like that.
Yeah. I'm like, and then I'm like, wait, no, you just passed. You moved to 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually people get caught up on it. They're like, I'm in 1st. They're like, no.
But yeah, so we did the go-kart racing. Then we went to a fair. Went to go see Sam Hunt. He did concert at the fair, and then afterwards the group of friends that we went to the fair and the concert with, we went to a country whiskey bar and watched everyone line dance. And country bar line dancing is ridiculous.
Oh, like, I believe it.
Like, it is. The people there, you're like, these people gotta be here every day out of the week, like every day. But yeah, it was pretty nuts.
It's a heck of a workout alternative too.
Yeah, could totally tell. One of the guys we were with, he was just so astonished. He's like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, are they just doing the same thing, just like speeding it up, slowing it down? What are they doing? How are they stepping? Why are they two-stepping? And I'm like, just drink more and it'll make sense. But yeah,
excellent advice for line dancing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. You knew you were in a country bar when like every 30 minutes you heard a beer bottle break because someone just knocked it off a table or something. Like it. Yeah, this isn't your normal bar. This is everyone's having a great time, drinking a lot. Yeah.
Was there wasn't a mechanical bull by chance, was there?
There was. Even if you wrote it or not, like when you got in and you like checked in with the bouncer, they made you sign a waiver, and they're like, doesn't
you got on it.
Yeah, they're like, doesn't matter if you write it or not, you got to fill out the waiver. And I'm like, good idea, because people are gonna get trashed, and then they're gonna be like, oh, I want to write it, and then you're gonna be like, fill this out. Yeah, you're gonna be like, you got to fill out the waiver, and then they're gonna be like, I'm not paying for it.
And yeah, what can they write with?
Yeah, it would just be a mess. So just get everyone to sign it beforehand. You're good. Yep.
That's smart thinking.
Yep, totally. What'd you do over the weekend?
Over the weekend, it was a busy weekend. So Alicia and Kevin, who live out in Seattle, they came home to celebrate their son's first birthday with the Ohio family. They had a party out in Seattle for all their Seattle friends out there, and then came home over the weekend to celebrate his first birthday here. So Saturday, Alicia and Lindsay got together, and they went out and had a day just those two. So Kevin and I got together with the little ones and kind of had a play date with the little ones. So that was a blast. We ended up going back to Lake where we just had the recent family get together with all the cousins and everything. There's a fun playground there, and they both liked the playground. So Vivian was playing up on the playground, and Oliver was, and we had a good time there. And then Sunday was the actual party, so we went back up to Olmsted Falls for the party. And yeah, it was a real good time. Um, Got to hang out with a lot of good people, good food. Vivian had a blast running around outdoors pretty much all weekend. And then the big change from last week to this week, what was it? Thursday, I went out and I bought Animal Crossings for Lindsay,
Oh
and
God,
yeah, I wouldn't doubt that she's already logged like at least 24 hours on that game. She's
that
been playing it quite a bit. There's been a couple nights already where like it's been after midnight that she's crawled into bed because she's been playing. She's out on the couch playing it right now while watching the podcast.
I'll have to.
So,
I have a spreadsheet on my Google Docs that's like every item in the game, all the fossils, all the bugs, like everything, so you can like check them off, and it tells you like what time of year you can find it, if it's night and day, like where they pop up. So that Jamie and I used to just sit on the couch with the spreadsheet open and like check it off and figure out who's doing what. And
yep.
yeah,
Well, she's asking me, she's like, "Is that a game you think you would play?" I was like, "Oh, I would." She goes, "Yeah, you should do it so we can like visit each other's islands and stuff like that." I was like, "I'd be down." So yeah, she's back into the game and now she's been playing the Switch again, which hers has been collecting dust since Let's Go Pikachu came out.
mm-hmm.
Like that's why we bought it for her because she wanted to play that, and she was playing Zelda Link's Awakening too for a bit. So we got her the Switch then. But then yeah, she really didn't play it much after we got Roller Coaster Tycoon for her. She beat that, and then she hadn't played it in a while. But yeah, she's been playing again, so that's good. Her Switch isn't a brick anymore. Um, but yeah, I was also looking at other games. I was playing around on the Nintendo eShop and stuff, looking at potential other games that we might like to play together. Um, and I saw one. It was talked at or through the Nintendo Direct, and then it's on the coming soon. Of course, is the what is it, Illusion Islands? Um, am I saying is that right? Believe that's right. It's like the Disney side-scrolling platformer. You can play as like Goofy, Mickey, Donald, or Minnie. But you gotta. The story is
Mm.
these books, these texts for like the kingdom or whatever, were all taken. You gotta go track them back down and yada yada yada. But it's meant to be played. You can play single player, but there's obviously more engaging with multiple people and stuff, and you go through the campaign together. So that was one I thought that she'd like to pick up together. Um, and then when we used to have our game nights back in college and stuff like that. You remember Thomas from the wedding? He used to host a lot of game nights and stuff, and dude, he had some off the wall games on his computer that we used to play and stuff like that. Um, Towerfall Ascension, Tricky Towers. Then he would always have some of these really weird. What was the one called Crawl? It's like a dungeon
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
plundering game. Yeah. But he had some weird games, and Lindsay's actually the more I want to say the more I don't want to like downplay it, but like I guess the more basic the controls, the better she is at the game. So when it only involves like a couple, especially if it's like a competitive game where you're playing against somebody, like a fighting game or something like that, fewer buttons it involves, the better she's going to be at it. And she can actually be pretty dang good at some of those games. So a game that I thought when I was looking through the Nintendo eShop that I don't know how I didn't know was available for the Switch since 2017 is Worms Weapons of Mass Destruction. And I'm sitting there thinking that
Mhm.
Lynn's actually might like that game. Blowing me up with a bazooka shot by a worm. I think she would enjoy that actually.
That
So
game is
I've been looking for games
ridiculous.
for us to be able to play together a little bit more. Now that she's back into the Switch, but yeah, that's been kind of the stuff that's been new around here. And then for me, I've just been I had beaten Assassin's Creed, but then I started playing all the bonus content that came with being part of the Ubisoft club and stuff like that. There's like two other mini side story campaigns for two of the characters that you meet along the way in the main storyline. You play a little bit of their stories, which was fun. So I just beat those two. Um, and then I'm just excited for next week. A week from yesterday, actually, the 26th, is when Wrath of the Lich King goes live. So I'm repping my
Yeah.
Alliance gear today because I'm definitely going to be playing an Alliance Paladin. Um, so I'm stoked for that. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to start playing with Metal with that and just capture some content as I'm playing through that. But yeah, that's kind of what's been new with that with me there.
Wrath, you gonna go make a death knight so you can get the mount? Wait, we covered this. There's
Death-
if you make a death knight in Wrath, you get a special mount.
The mount is in retail though, isn't it?
Maybe? I don't know.
I think yeah, you make a Death Knight in Classic, you get the mount in retail. But
Ah,
I'm not a collectible carer, for lack of a better term, really, in the game. The
so
only one I wanted and I farmed forever was Ashes of Alar.
I
I think I
still
had like
don't have that.
I think I had 156 kills before I got it. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, I still don't have that
And
one.
that fight's annoying to go back and do too because of all the role playing in the middle of the fight, the three
It's a
phases, and
long fight.
oh, and between each phase, he's got like a 2-minute monologue between each phase, and it's
Yep.
like Jesus.
Yep. No, it takes a while.
Yep.
But yeah, maybe you made me boot up Animal Crossing to take a look at my city, see how much, or take a look at my island and see how much stuff's going on. There's actually not that much garbage around. So if you don't like log in, like cobwebs will be in your house, like there'll be like weeds and
Dude,
stuff all
that
over,
reminds
like
me of Nintendogs, the original
yep.
Nintendogs for the DS. Like if you
Hmm.
didn't log in for a while and then you go to log back in, your dog would be like pissed at you and like be barking at you
Yep.
like, "Who are you in my home?" Like
Yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff that happens. But I don't have that many weeds. Let's see. I'm stepping into my house to see if how many cobwebs I have. There's probably a bunch.
you should hire Nap's Lawn Service to do the weeding for you.
Actually, I don't have that many cobwebs at all. My fish and my hamster's still alive. That's good. No, it's
You have a hamster?
yeah, I have a hamster.
Oh,
The
Lynn's also turned to me at one point while she's playing, and she goes, "Miles," I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." Like I'm gonna start. She's like, "I'm gonna start talking to you like that, and you need to know what I'm saying." I'm like,
oh,
"Are you serious?"
there's a bug. There's like a cockroach in my kitchen.
Do you step on it or?
I don't know. That's a good question. I gotta figure out. I think I gotta like pull out my bug net and catch it. But
Catch a
yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it's about a game as much as like Goat Simulator is. Like it's not really a
Well, don't get me wrong.
game.
From what I know of it, it's sandboxy.
It is a very large sandbox game. There's not really like objectives. Like there's things that happen that you can do and make an objective. Like there's the Happy Home Academy that depending on the way you decorate and everything, they'll score your house, and then you'll get like plaques that you can hang up on the wall. You can go for like a 100% happiness rating on your island. Try to get, oh my, I did, so I just stepped on one of the little like silverfish looking thingamabuggers, and a little like silverfish ghost like came out. It's funny. But yeah, like there's things that you can make into.
Did you just send its soul to the mall? Is that what happened?
Yep. You went to go hang out with the jailer. But like there's things that you can do to make it more of a game. Like
well, that's, yeah, it sounds like you can do
upgrade your house. Like you get a 1-room house when you build your house, and then you can add 3 different rooms to the first floor, and then you can do a basement and an upstairs. So you got to take loans.
Is it a finished basement?
Yeah, actually I just entered my basement. It's got wood floor. It's finished. But yeah, you take loans out to like do these things, and you got to go like make the money back, which is by like finding rare fossils or bugs or whatever and selling them. Or on Sundays they have
Chick-fil-A's closed.
they have the Bell Market. So I forget what her name is, but there's sorry, not a Bell Market, it's the turnip exchange. So there's someone that comes around and sells turnips to you.
Is her name Peach or Daisy?
No, I want to say Mabel for some reason, but I'm not sure. But it's been a while since I've done this. But so what the concept here is she sells them different value per game. So you and Lindsay, your turnip vendor, would be selling them for different values on Sunday. And whoever is selling them cheaper, you want to go there and buy them. And then you want to spend like
go to all your island and buy them or something.
Yes, and you want to buy as many as you can, as many bells as you have, and then throughout the week you get up on the Animal Crossing Discord or subreddit, and people will post. So you got Timmy and Tommy, the 2 raccoon in the shop.
At the beginning.
So yeah, so they throughout the week they buy the turnips back for like a different price. Like the price will go up, it'll drop, whatever. It's like a stock market, to where like people will get up on the Discords or on the subreddit and be like, hey, my twins are buying turnips for 700 bells a piece right now. And you could be sitting there being like, oh, I paid like 89 bells per turnip, so I'm sitting on like 500,000 turnips. I'm gonna make a shit ton of money. But then you can only invite 4 people at a time to your island. So people will be like, my twins are buying for 800 bells. I'm gonna be doing this for an hour. Send me a message. I'm gonna work top down from the people that sent me messages. If I don't get to you in an hour, I don't get to you. But I would sit there and I'd message people. I'd be like, oh my god, please let me come. I got a shit ton of stuff. And then some of them would do it for a fee. They'd be like, yeah, I'll let you come, give me 10%, or like something like they'd make some money out of it. Or some would do it for free, and I would just drop like 500,000 bells just as a tip. Like, hey, thanks. Like you just made me 5 mil. Like, I'm gonna give you 500k, no big deal. Like, yeah, it was fun playing that little mini game, like meeting some people, being social, getting to see other people's islands. And then there's a whole thing. It has a QR code. So on the Nintendo Online app on your phone, there's the Animal Crossing portion of it, and it has a QR reader. So online you can go to Animal Crossing like communities, And in the game, there's a way to make like custom patterns. So you can make custom clothes. Like people have like the Alliance crest on a shirt, or like people have made like full like Link outfits and stuff, and like just done really cool stuff.
So you can
But that,
cosplay in the
yeah,
game.
yeah. Like my guy right now, actually,
You're gonna start having Animal Crossing Colossicon and like Animal Crossing stuff like that, Comic-Con. That'd be awesome, actually.
so this game came out like March 2020, like right
Yeah.
after everything shut down. So like one of the first things that they gave out was my guy's wearing a mask. he's got a mask on. But one of the things that you can do with the QR codes and with the patterns is you can apply the patterns to the ground as well. So people will make brick patterns or like walkway patterns. So you can put them around your island and make like walkways around, and then make like sidewalks and like set up like a little neighborhood. Like it is kind of cool.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of shit that you can do, but there's so much stuff to do, but nothing to do.
Well, what it sounds like to me, and what I've known about it prior to even this conversation, is it's almost like an achievement based game, but you pick what achievements you want to chase, I guess. Like if you want to, which Lindsay was all excited because she made a bug museum. She has her bug museum up and running or something like that as of late. So she was excited about that, and yeah, so it sounds like you get to pick what you want to go after, but there really is no real objective. So it's like it gives me a vibe of it's like you can live whatever life you want in this game, and it can almost be like your true escape from reality. You're like, I can't live this life in real life, but I can live it in this game.
That's why it did so well. Like when it came out, like it came out at the absolute perfect time.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, like it was
actually
ridiculous.
Alicia and Kevin, they both got this game very recently too, and yeah, they've both been on it big time too. So yeah, it's been, at least with my circle, it's already taken over my circle.
I mean, if you were gonna put like this is the goal of the game, like this is the end game, when you score a perfect on your island, when you get your score, I think it's like to a 5.0 or something, you unlock the terraformer, which allows you to remanipulate your island however you want. So then you can go around and like literally customize the terrain,
change the river flows.
Yeah, change. Like yeah, so that would be like the end game thing. But then some people also argue that the terraformer actually starts the game, because then you can make exactly the island you want.
It's almost like World of Warcraft. You level cap and you're like, oh, I hit level cap, but it's like, no, now the game just starts, because now you're gonna go get all your gear. Well, I mean, I feel like it was different in previous expansions than it is now, but that's a whole nother conversation. But either way, you get because that was when the game started for a while. Once you level cap, that's when all the new fun and exciting content becomes available, and a whole different style of grinding came into play.
I have a squat toilet that I can put in my house.
Speaking of toilets, Vivian is peeing and pooping on the toilet now.
Yeah, I saw that. And then I saw the video that Mom posted, and then with Vivian running around with the phone talking to them, and then Mom goes, "Did you use the bathroom?" And Vivian's like, "Uh-huh," and she's like, "Can you show me?" And I'm like, why would you ask her to show you?
So not show her, because everything had been flushed already, but not show her the result, but show her where the potty was and what it is that she's sitting on. But yeah, that's been a new development for her, which has been fun and exciting, and she's just such a bit like, I feel like this is the last thing that, like, once this happens, like it's official. She's no longer a baby. She is now
she's a baby
toddler once this happens. But also, kind of same on the topic of toilets, squatty potties, whatever you want to call it. We think we want in our house, when we buy a house, we want a bidet.
I mean, you can get those for like your toilet now. Like it's just a replacement
Oh yeah.
seat.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, you can do all the attachments and stuff like that now
There was
instead
a
of using the.
house around the corner from us that was on sale. It was waterfront. It had like it wasn't detached, but it was separated, like mother-in-law suite off the garage. But in their ensuite in the master bedroom, it had a urinal, like an actual stand-up urinal.
You know who designed that house then?
I thought it was funny. I'm like, yes, that'd be awesome.
What now was it? What style urinal was it? Like the ones that are like halfway the, or was it the full where like the urinal cakes in the floor? Like, you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
it was like halfway up the wall.
Okay.
It
You
was
remember
it was those.
first one that comes to mind when I think of those is St. Vincent de Paul. You remember
Yep.
St. Vincent de
Yep.
Paul's bathrooms they had on the full length, all the way on the floor?
Yeah, I when I was younger, well, I mean, I only went there
When
till
I
like third
was a young boy. No, anyway.
we're actually going to see them in like
I don't know who them
2
are. I
weeks.
just know the words.
My Chemical Romance.
I'm horrible. Oh yeah,
Yes, we're going to see them. They're coming. They're finally.
sorry. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but I never had an emo phase, so I never listened to My Chemical Romance.
They're just great. But
They are.
what was I gonna? Oh yeah. So when I was at St. Vincent, um, the like in floor urinals, I would stand at one end and see how far down I could pee.
I already knew where that was going as soon as you said I stood at one end.
I was like, what? I was there kindergarten to third. So what is that? 6 to like 10, maybe? Like
6 to 8, 6 to 9.
6 kindergarten, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
I mean, it's close enough to 10.
No,
You rounded up.
numbers like okay. So when you count, and then when you're talking about like days or years or something with someone, like it's a different way of dealing with number. Yeah.
Because you usually like when
because
I always
6
think,
to 10 is 4. There's 4 numbers there, but kindergarten to third, that's 4 grades. But if you start kindergarten at 6, you're in 3rd grade at 9.
Yes,
like,
because 6 is the full year.
Yes,
you spent 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, it's even like that. There's 7 days in the week, so you would think Monday to Monday is 7 days apart. Monday to Monday is 8 days apart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so so that's why I always have to think about that because with Lindsay,
well, Monday to Monday is actually 7 days apart.
A full 7 days, a full 7 days apart. Yeah, Monday starts the 8th day.
Yes.
But like what I'm getting at in terms of counting is when Lindsay, you know, or I should say with Lindsay and her health inspector mentality, when we make food, if it's been in the fridge for 7 days or more, can't eat it anymore. We got to pitch it. It's just that's when listeria can start growing out it and stuff like that. So, I know that like if we make it on Monday, I know the last like it's in my mind now. With I had to train myself to not think about it anymore. If we made it on Monday, Sunday's the last day for it. It's not Monday to Monday. Sunday is the last day we can eat it. If we get to Monday, that's now day 8 for the food. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Do mom and dad know that rule?
No.
Jesus Christ. Dad'll be like, did we make this last like what is this, day 43? Yeah, it's still 43. Good. Yeah, still good. It'll be like junk, like ground beef soup. And he'll be like, yeah, no, it's still good.
We can eat this when September ends. No, anyway.
God damn it. Hold on. How far are we in? 42 minutes? All right, I need to mark that down. Just making it a little bit easier for me to find those good clips than listening to everything again.
Yup. Dude, that is actually something that I don't know, being a parent, like, made me good at. For I don't even know if I'm good, but parodying. How would you say that word?
Parroting.
Parroting. Um,
What? No, parodying.
parodying. Songs and music and stuff like that. Like I put everything to like ways that I'm like trying to have Viv do something or just for the first. I'm not even gonna say it. Lindsay won't be happy if I say it on TV. But anyway, or on something live. But anyway, we'll nix that. But I've made up all sorts of different songs for using different things. My favorite one is I used All Star, uh, by Smash Mouth.
Oh jeez.
And
Yes.
I'll have to sing it to you offline. Lindsay would not appreciate it if I gave it to a live audience. But
I'll have to hear this at some point. But yes, it is. I just looked it up. It is parodying.
did you click the pronunciation button?
No, I just looked it up on like Merriam-Webster for parody, and it past participle is parodied, and then it's parodying.
Parodying, yeah. Yeah, I do that all the time. Like the one, Sweet Caroline.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Done.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet Vivy Pie. Ba ba ba.
I'm gonna smack you.
Pie Day babies are so cute.
I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna smack you. No. You just earned a double dad card there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No shame at all. I love my dad card. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Again, in normal ChknAtk fashion, we've gone major off-roading.
Oh yeah. So
we may have actually hopped on a sub and gone like underwater with that one. I was bringing back to
when you said hopped on a sub, I was thinking like Reddit.
Subway.
No, I was thinking like a subreddit. I was like, what sub are we on? Like,
anyway, I was trying to quickly make a jibe at you, but I didn't have one. So, I was gonna say that's something quite hipster to say if you're thinking that, but no, that's not right. Anyway, how we were talking about Animal Crossings and like the sandboxiness of it and everything. Would you consider Dead Island sandboxy? What's going on? You having audio issues? Your mic died? Buoy's in the screen. We got the mic buoy in the screen. In the frame.
What the fuck is a mic buoy?
Isn't that what it's called in like
the mic boom?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a boom. It's a boom arm. And no, what I was switching. I realized at the hotkey that I changed my mic button to. So okay, what it is I use the thumb button on the mouse. But if you use a mouse with thumb buttons, you know the thumb buttons are forward and backwards in a web page. So every time I would have the web page like focused and I would go push to talk, it would go back, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go back. And then I'd have to hit forward, and then I'd answer you, and then it would go back again, and I'm like, god damn it. So then I changed it, but I changed it to Control-Alt-Shift-V. Like, I was just trying to find the most random fucking button combination that could not possibly be used by anything else. But like I'm like scrolling up and down through the window, and control scroll wheel is zoom on a website. Like, so it's getting big and small. I'm like, god damn it. So like you asked me as I was in the middle of changing my hotkey. So I'm like, hold on, I need to change it in a couple different programs because I have my OBS as a push to talk as well. So that way, like, that's not an open mic. either because I have other people in the room when I'm streaming and it just gets kind of noisy. So,
Quick,
but
super,
yes, what was the question?
well, super quick side note, how you were just like trying to sign to me and stuff like that. If we really want to expand our audience, we should both learn ASL. Water, you thirsty? Got to be careful with that, because pointer finger is thirsty, middle finger is lusting. So
What
just a
isn't
distinction there.
and isn't
That's
this
water.
one? No. This is water. I think that.
No. This is fine. Embarrassed is a single twist of the hand. If you do it multiple times, it's a prostitute.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let's see if you can translate this one. This is good. I'm sorry for our listeners, but for the video viewers, this one's going to be interesting. Let's see if you can get this one.
I know that's poop. Is this bullshit?
Take.
Oh, take shit?
I need to take a shit.
Oh, take a shit. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I had Jamie teach me that one.
Gotcha. Jamie's semi-fluent, isn't she?
Yeah, actually, it was kind of funny. We were sitting there, so Friday night when we were at the fair, we were in line to get some bubble tea, boba, and
Vivian loves boba, by the way.
we were the line they had. It was like self-order kiosks, and the kiosks were really slow, but the service was fast. But they also had like a order online. So one of the guys in our group like scanned the QR code, and then Jamie noticed that the people in front of us, they must have both been hard of hearing or something, because they started speaking sign language, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and Jamie just starts like slightly giggling, and I'm like, "Are you eavesdropping?" And she's like, "Yep."
Are you eavesdropping? Can that be considered eavesdropping though? Like,
but afterwards, after we left and everything, she was like, "So the lady saw a Christian order, and then the man saw a Christian order with the online thing, and told his wife, girlfriend, whatever, the person he was with, to use the online ordering system." And she's like, "No, I have the order written out here on my phone already in my note app exactly how I want it. I'm just going to show the lady at the counter." And she said that they were arguing over using the online ordering. And she's like, "No, I have it written out already. I'm ordering it the way I want it." And she said she was getting really mad about it. But I'm like, that's kind of a funny thing to oversee, I guess. But
right?
she was like, "I should have talked to her," and I'm like, "No, you probably should have. Like, she would have loved to have someone else to talk to." But yeah, she hasn't used it in a while. She
That's
used to
pretty
have
funny, though, right?
when she worked at GameStop, she had some regulars that came in that would come and talk to her.
Gotcha. It's a good skill to have, I feel like, nowadays. Because what we've done, we've been dabbling a little bit in it with Vivian, because apparently, um, it's a great way to help them develop their speech sooner. But not only that, they know what they want when they're younger before they can talk and everything, but they have no way to actually communicate it. But, quoting quoting Jack Burns from Meet the Fockers, their mind's like a sponge. So they can pick up those things super fast. So Vivian is actually, she signs a lot to us now because we've taught her these things. So she's very good with please. She now actually will say please too. But yeah, for the longest time you can say, "Can you say please?" And she would just do, well, hers, she's not this articulate with it. Hers is just, it looks like she's like a third base coach, like telling someone to steal. She just like that's what she does. But she of course knows milk. She knows more. If you were watching the videos we sent when we were pushing around in the box, she literally went more, and she said it now too. But before, everything used to just be silent. But she'll know that. She knows food. She knows more. She knows milk. She knows potty. We're doing play with her right now. She doesn't have her fingers out. She just does the wrists. But yeah, please. She knows thank you. Um, yeah, she's having a blast with it though. And it's helped so much, like reduce we feel reduce a lot of tantrum outbursts, because like if she
Hmm.
starts to like get anxious, like, well, what do you want, even before because she's her language is about to explode, but before she was even this verbal and stuff like that, we'd be like, well, what do you want, she go, like, oh, you want food, okay. So we would do that, so that's been fun. But I was quickly looking up
Get her a
because
C
I
sharp book.
start teaching her that. Well, it's funny because I've the last couple days I've dropped "oh shoot" by her, right? Like I've done something like "oh shoot," um, and she's starting to say it, but her O's aren't that pronounced, and it sounds like "oh shit" coming from her.
Nice.
It's pretty hilarious, actually. Um, but what I was quickly trying to Google, the actual definition of eavesdropping is to listen, secretly listen in on another conversation. So I don't know that you can classify like secretly watching or picking up somebody's uh signing as eavesdropping, because you're not listening. So I was trying to see if is a word for that, to like what it is to like secretly be reading sign language.
I'm trying to
And I'm not
see.
seeing anything.
I I see on Reddit in the ASL subreddit, it goes, "Is it rude to quote unquote eavesdrop when
Eavesdrop.
people are signing?" I feel like
Does it have a definition for it?
I don't know, probably not, but yeah, it says yes, it's very rude. One of the first things that I learned is like look away. But yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Hmm.
I mean I would assume that like it's a form of communication. Like it doesn't mean if it doesn't matter if it's visual only. I still think like the term eavesdropping
Eavesdropping.
would
Yeah.
probably still,
Oh, it
yeah.
it probably does for sure. Contextually, if you think of context clues or connotation of the word eavesdropping, um, but denotatively, people could make the splitting hair argument that it's not.
What's the word about like pronunciation dictation? You the no, yeah. I don't,
Yeah.
so the way that you said connotatively.
No, I said contextually.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
said
I did say connotative. I did say connotative.
contextually. Like I don't know if that's an Ohio accent and I'm just losing my accent or what, but
Midwest accent.
context it I have like a very soft O contextually.
Textually.
Because Allie says her name, she said Allie. Like it's a very like almost like a southern hard A. It's really weird. But Jamie like repeats it all the time whenever Allie says her name. Jamie will be like Allie.
Dude,
It's just
I
kind of
had
funny.
to I hated the voice commands in the car. Whenever I try to dial Ali's name with the voice command, I had to say Ollie, like Muhammad Ali. Like call Ollie. And then it would think I was asking for Holly at some points and stuff like that. I was like, no, Ollie, like Muhammad Ali, like Ollie. Like it's because it
so
wouldn't.
so the city just north of us is Mukilteo. Um and any GPS will call it Mukilteo. And it'd be like, please take the Mukilteo Highway. It's like
Well,
the
it's like
Mukilteo Highway?
what is it in Florida? You got Kissimmee. But everyone, if you look at it,
Kissimmee?
Kissimmee. Yep.
No,
uh,
so I've realized that like phonetically speaking, like the Native American like words and names up here are very similar to like Asian languages like Chinese, Japanese, like Korean, to where it's like dual letter syllables. So like what's a good way to explain this? Um so we have a city like Mukilteo is Mukelteo. To where every two letters except for the last ones are it's consonant vowel consonant vowel consonant vowel,
Yeah.
to where like in like American English we probably would merge some of those together to make something else or whatever, but it's Mukilteo, like it took me a minute to realize that, but once I realized that it made like reading the city signs and the street signs a lot easier. And I'm curious on if the language phonetics are actually that similar.
Yeah.
Um just as like a history. God, we are so off topic today, but
I mean, I have us bookmarked in my mind where we were at, but I'm gonna one little food for thought. Uh, This is the epitome of how dumb the English language is. How ironical is the word phonetic?
yeah.
Phonetic means pronounce the way it's sound or spelled, yet phonetic is spelled with a ph.
Did you just say ironical?
Yes, that is also an actual word.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because wouldn't it just say how ironic is that word?
Let's look at the distinction between ironic and ironical.
Because now I'm curious. It'd be kind of ironic if my thinking is wrong.
Is ironical a correct word? Ironical is a variant of ironic. It has no definitions of its own. It was once more common than ironic, but ironic now prevails by an overwhelming margin. So it's the same
Sa-
word. So again, it's almost like one of those words that I feel
You're
like
just a
you're in
hipster. You're a
sure.
phonetic hipster.
I'm a phonetic hipster. Dude, I think I just found my handle. Phonetic hipster.
Okay, no, the real joke there would be if there's a different phonetic way to pronounce
Just
hipster.
hipster. Yep. Um, but I feel like it's one of those words that, like, depending on like where you're saying it in the sentence or something, you're gonna pronounce it differently. You know, like the and the. You know, like the
Yeah.
end instead of the end. You know, da da da. Like ironic, ironical. Like it literally, I was because it's funny that you said that because as I was saying it in real time, I compared in my head ironic or ironical in this fluidness of this sentence, and
Oh,
ironical prevailed.
oh, the irony.
Yes. Anyway, back to our normal gaming
Yes,
talk.
I do
Um,
think that
I
I
want to.
do
I'm
think that Dead Island is a little bit of a
by
sandbox
definition
game.
sandbox,
Well,
and that
no,
you could.
by definition, it's definitely an open world RPG, but it does
Yes.
have sandbox elements.
Okay. Because that's what I want to talk about. Because I don't know if you saw this, but finally,
I haven't seen. I heard someone say that they put a new
you wanna
trailer.
put it up for our viewers?
Um,
I dropped it in backstage chat.
it'll take
I
me a
don't know.
second to find it, but yeah. So I
If
heard.
not, no big deal. But, um, dude, I was doing some research on this morning when I saw it. It has an official release date, February 2023. Dead Island 2, finally. 8 years later, I didn't realize the first trailer for it was back in 2014 at E3 in
That's
2014.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It's gone through three gaming companies. Kept, taking on the project, dropping it, taking it on, dropping it, taking it on. The trailer looks actually pretty cool, but the reason I had the sandbox elements because I was actually watching G4 TV this morning to get some news, and um, I was watching X Play, and they were talking about it because I saw the trailer and stuff like that. And yeah, the one host on there was saying how it has a lot of sandboxy vibes to it, and that it looks like they're hoping that the literally the world is your sandbox, and like if the majority of the environment is interactable, that's going to be so much more fun, because you're going to see clips in here of like different ways to kill the zombies, where you can like use like lure them to a specific thing and then like drop electrical, like shoot the electrical wires down in a puddle of water and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they're like, if that is literally how the entire game is, this can be a true absolute blast. The trailer looks insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, I saw the teaser trailer back in 2014, which looked
With the one where he's running down the
roller skating,
beach.
down the beach.
Or he's running and the chick goes by on roller skates.
Oh, I thought he was on roller skates too, but yeah. No, this
then she gets Jeffrey Dahmer in the background.
It definitely it piqued my interest for sure. Like, I didn't play a lot of the first one, but I remember. Oh, okay, I remember it being really interesting from what I did. What the hell? I remember it being really interesting from what I did play, and it did grab my interest. So with everything that we've learned over the past like decade, 2 decades in game design, if they put that in this game, like, that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, the only reason I played the first Dead Island was because of my college roommate, and it was something for him and I to do and play, and we beat it co-op together. And then I played a little bit on my own even after that, because after you beat it, you can go back and like literally replay it with all the stuff that you ended the campaign with, but it's almost like a master mode, so it's the exact same sequence, but everything's harder. You just maintain all your stuff. So then I got to upgrade it even further.
There's a game for or there's a name for that. It's called New Game Plus.
Sure. Was that a thing back in 2011?
Yes. So
Okay.
it actually started, when did Demon that probably came out before that, but there's a game, one of FromSoft's first games, Demon Souls, came out for the PS3 in 2009. So this was the first like Dark Souls game. Demon Souls came out for the PS3, and then they did Dark Souls, and then they did Dark Souls 2, and then everything else is history. But they actually called it New Game Plus was the thing, and when you started it, when you saved it on the file, it said NG Plus next to your level. So you got all your equipment, everything like that. Like, you got to go through and start the game over, but everything was just a shit ton more difficult.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens in the first Dead Island, which I played through like a third of the campaign solo after that, but then the second third of the campaign, even when we were playing co-op, freaked me out, and I was like, yeah, I'm not about to play this by myself. But with that though, like, where I'm leading with this though is, I'll be honest though, I've never really been that peaked on zombie themed things, games, contents, movies, stuff like that. And it had me wondering, like, what is with the zombie culture, or the zombie, if we can call it that, or the zombie appeal? Like, we have Resident Evil, we have Walking Dead, you had World War Z, and then you have, as far as games go, we got Plants vs Zombie, you got the Dead Islands, you got all sorts of zombie games out there. When I was scrolling through the Nintendo eShop today, there's a new one coming soon, Dead Rain, which is about a virus that gets out, and it's like, it just kind of got me thinking, what's the infatuation with zombies in all sorts of media content?
I mean, I think it probably has something to do with like the human element. Like, you could throw up a monster, like a gigantic, I don't know, you could throw up Godzilla. And Godzilla is scary because of, he's huge, he can channel electricity, he can like blow up cities. But when you have a zombie, you're like, that used to be my mom. Like it's a different type
The
of
emotional
connection.
element
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of draws people to it, is that like
I can
human
buy that.
connection. But real quick, New Game Plus actually was coined in 1995 by Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was the first game to incorporate a New Game Plus and actually called it New Game Plus. But then the idea behind it you could see carried on through games such as Ghosts and Goblins, Super Mario Brothers, and Legend of Zelda. Like, yep. So yeah, it happened a long time ago.
Gotcha. Interesting. I never knew it had really an official term to it, but I
Yep.
guess because when I ever thought about it, I only thought of like the Master Quest Zeldas and stuff like that because my gaming, what's the word I'm looking for? Gaming
Knowledge.
appetite is this big.
Your
Um,
breadth of gaming exposure.
I need to feed my gaming algorithm.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll shove some shit in there.
well, like I said, that's kind of part of my our offline conversation of finding our identity kind of involves that. But anyway, yeah, when I try to think about things like what I could think pull in for the zombie appeal and stuff like that, it was kind of that. But I also feel like the like post-apocalyptic themes too, or just apocalyptic themes. I think people like the thought of that of like challenge making themselves think like, yeah, I'd be ready for an apocalypse. And when you put it in game content or this and that, like, oh yeah, I know what to do there. And I think it's kind of a fun way to do that. But I don't know, it's never been something that's like crazy appealed to me. I did enjoy the first Dead Island. I won't be playing this one because it looks like it's an exclusive at the moment for Sony, and I don't I don't have a PlayStation.
PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Microsoft
Oh,
Windows, and Google Stadia.
oh, well, okay. I guess that was just the Sony trailer then, because it only said PS4 and PS5 for that.
Yeah, that was the Sony trailer.
Gotcha.
Let's see. If it's gonna be on. It doesn't seem like they've mentioned anything if it's gonna be on Game Pass yet or not. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn.
Oh, I'm boring you. I'm sorry.
No, that was weird.
um, yeah, it would be fun to play at some point if I ever find a way to get my hands on it and play it.
Which Dead Island 2?
Yeah, Dead Island 2.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say build a gaming PC.
My laptop's caliber enough for it.
Probably, maybe,
It's an
possibly.
MSI.
What's it?
Um,
What's the graphics card you got in there?
1650.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that might work.
it's VR capable.
There's
Yes.
oh my god, there's just like 3 really good games that just got added to Game Pass
Game
that I'm gonna
Pass.
have to play. Deathloop, which is a multiplayer shooter game, which is really good. I've been wanting to play that. Nino Kuni Remastered, which is a JRPG that I've been wanting to play. Jamie and I started it.
JRPG? What's the J stand for?
Japanese.
Oh,
Yeah. So an American RPG would be
I really could have used context clues
yeah.
there.
So an American RPG is like Skyrim,
Yeah.
Witcher 3, like Fallout, stuff like that. JRPG is more often than not turn-based strategy, like old school Final Fantasy type stuff, or if it's not turn-based, it's going to be heavily stylized, storied.
MU.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the Disney game that you were thinking about?
Illusion Islands, I believe is what it's called.
Oh, okay. There's one on Game Pass right now called Dreamlight Valley, which
Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight
a Disney
Valley,
thing?
yeah, it says Disney's Dreamlight Valley Early Access. Show your love for Disney with exclusive outfits. Celebrate the classic Disney theme parks. And
Well, this wouldn't be on Game Pass yet because it's not set to come out until next year. Oh, my thing timed out. I was gonna show it to you, but yeah, Illusion Island looks pretty good. But yeah, that wouldn't be on Game Pass just yet. Um, but what I still wanted to ask, so kind of lingering on the zombie topic real quick.
mm-hmm.
Um, what is your when you think of a zombie, what do you think of? Because of course, through all the zombie content, there's been different iterations of zombie. Like, what is your in the mind of Shid? What is a classic zombie?
What do you mean?
I guess so. Like for
Like
me,
what caused it? What is the zombie? Like,
I guess what caused it, and then more so, I guess the sophistication of the zombie, for lack of a better term. So like I'll just give my thing first, I guess, if that makes it easier. Um, when
yeah, I need
I
some
think of zombie,
context clues.
when I think of zombie, I think of the first Resident Evil. It was caused by some man-made thing, the virus that got out and something went wrong. They're trying to weaponize something. Who knows what da da da. But what it creates, is this now creature, whatever, super dumbed down motor skills, inability to feel the pain. But the biggest thing for me is how slow they move. Like that to me is the zombie, the slow zombie, you know, mindless movement and coming at you and just a desire to eat. Nothing phases it unless it's popped in the face and shot in the head, whatever, decapitated, whatever. That's the only thing that you can do to get rid of it. Um, there have been so many iterations since then. Like the zombies in World War Z, no, those aren't zombies to me. Bless you, Gesundheit. All of the above. Everyone
Oh
went powerful.
Jesus! Yeah, that
Another
hurt.
power. Um, yeah, like the World War Z zombies, those don't give me zombie vibes. Walking Dead zombies are good ones. Um, the zombies that Resident Evil turns into start to become BS. As you get into like what do you have like aren't there like 7 Resident Evil movies now?
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot.
but that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like those zombies don't feel I Am Legend, if you consider those, I don't know that I would consider those zombies though. Um, but those, because those obviously have still a very sophisticated um, thought process. The way that they set booby traps for him and stuff like that, and track him back home and everything like that. That's not a zombie. That's way too much brain activity going on. You know. So that's my question. What is a zombie to you?
Um. Hmm.
And don't say one that knocks on your door and you give it candy once a year.
They're usually about 29 inches tall.
29 inches. That's shorter than Viv, by the way.
Oh, well, I have no context.
I was gonna laugh when you reverted it and said I meant centimeters. I'm like, bro, that's even shorter.
Something that weighs less than 2 stone.
Less
I
than 2 stone.
I don't know what 2 stone is. Like, what is? I'm curious. Hold on.
Do you know what 4 scores is?
Okay, 2 stone is equal to 28 pounds. Okay.
2 stone sounds like some type of rapper, by the way.
2 stone. No,
It's 2 stones.
it's a British measurement of weight.
British measurement.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what just happened?
But
So,
for zombies, I was actually gonna say World War Z would be probably one of my favorite type of zombie because they're dumb as shit, but they're fast and
they're not.
well, they
They're
can
not
be.
that dumb know.
No, they're dumb, but they're
Well,
in a singular instance, they're dumb.
yeah.
Collectively, they can be smart. They're like a hive mind.
I think collectively they get lucky because that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say no, they're not dumb because I'm thinking of when they breach the walls of the
Yeah,
city. They just form a
yeah.
mound that they could just walk. But I just think that was dumb luck. Like they all just kept throwing themselves at the wall, and eventually this pile filled up, and the dude's just like, "I'm gonna climb this." Like I just think that was dumb luck. Actually, hindsight, I don't think that was their intent was to
Could
build a
be.
wall that they could climb up. I just think it's dumb luck.
But like if I had to pick like what my overall like favorite zombie would be, I would probably say like what is it, like Left 4 Dead or like Back 4 Blood, like the zombie horde mode games, to where there's different types. Like there are the just dumb zombies, but then there's like mutated, like kind of like nemesis type deals, to where like the hulking, they're called like tanks in Left 4 Dead. But what I think when I think zombie, I think like a virus, either man-made or natural, like some sort of mutation
Something that
that,
caused the
yeah.
mutation. Yeah.
So I mean anything could happen at that point.
Mhm.
um but
True.
I don't think that they would all just be slow. Like I didn't really like that idea of zombies, just that they're all slow, because it's they don't really seem menacing unless you're facing a lot of them. Like one alone is not really a formidable foe. But if you deal with some of them from like World War Z, like when they can sprint forever because they don't
Yeah.
get tired, that's kind of scary. Like,
Mhm. No, and that is an entirely interesting concept. And yeah, I definitely understand and appreciate your angle to it. But for everything that you just described there about being slow, not being a formidable foe, only, crazy viable in large groups, that is all to me what zombies are. Because through, I feel like any type of zombie lore, which again, my zombie lore knowledge is extremely minimum, but from what, and maybe that's just because it was the first type of zombie stuff I was exposed to. Maybe that's why that's then became, that was the core memory I got of zombies. um, but yeah, because you think about like the zombies all tended to group together and collaborate, whatever. So you very rarely encounter just one. Um, or because and it's not that they group together for that mentality, but it's because they were all trying to get to the same thing. So they just naturally came into a group. So then you're forced to fight multiples off at once. But when I think of Zombie 2, and again, like the cause, the virus, so it's almost like in the first Resident Evil, the movie, when Rain gets bit for the first time. She's not thinking anything's wrong with that person. So I also think of that too as zombie. The way you're gonna find out that there's zombies, it's not gonna be something you're looking for. It's not gonna be this or that. You're gonna go like you see this thing, you're like, what's going on? You go up to it, and then boom, you're bit. Like I don't know. That's so for everything you were saying that, which I can appreciate though, because yeah, if it is something that's caused a mutation, anything can happen with a mutation. It could be something where yeah, it does shut down motor functionality to your, or I shouldn't say motor functionality, but it shuts down um, uh, abstract thinking, critical thought processing, da 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 da. Literally, only has survival instincts is the only part of your brain that's working, but motor functionality is enhanced. So you do, and then yeah, your pain stimuli are all turned off, or your nervous system's just, you have no feeling through the nervous system anymore. Like all that stuff's possible through different mutations. So anything is possible with zombie, but those just never gave me zombie
Anything
vibes.
is possible with zombie.
Oh, what is that? Anything? What
Anything is possible with Barbie.
is it? Barbie?
Yeah.
That's the branding.
Yep.
Huh.
Anything is possible
Did we
with
just do a
Barbie.
commercial? Did I just do a commercial?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the fast ones too. You could even, like, you can argue that you wouldn't even think the first interaction you wouldn't think
correct.
anything's wrong. You'd be like, why is Usain Bolt sprinting at me?
Could you imagine Usain Bolt becoming a zombie?
Fuck that.
Oh Jesus. You don't even have a
Nah.
chance of like saying, you know what, I'm gonna turn this into a distance race and see if you hang on.
Nope. Like, dude's just sprinting at you at like 24 miles an hour consistently.
For marathon. And then he catches you, takes a bite out of you, and does this.
Yeah.
And then looks for his next prey.
Takes your gold dollar and like wears it as a necklace.
Jesus.
It rummages through your pocket to find your Sacagawea.
That's gonna be our question for the listeners. Is gonna be, who do you think would be, what famous people out there do you think would make terrifying zombies? And we better have Bill Murray as the #1 comment from Zombieland. You ever see the mean tweets when celebrities read their mean tweets?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you've never? Oh, some of those are hilarious. So I forget what night show does it, but they have like celebrities on and they do mean tweets. So they,
Oh
the
wait,
celebs
yeah.
well, one, it's Bill Murray reading the tweet about it. He's like, Bill Murray like sucks ass or whatever. I can't stand any of his stuff. I was glad when he was shot in Zombieland.
Yep.
I love Bill Murray though.
Bill Murray is great. He
has one of my favorite random quotes. I will never trust a man who doesn't like dogs, but always trust a dog who doesn't like a man.
That's actually a really good quote.
Yeah. Usually, yeah. If a dog doesn't like somebody, there's probably something up. If a dog's sketching out, like tweaking by somebody, like
Either that or you just found your mouth.
Good stuff. But yeah, that'd be fun to find out. What famous people out there do we think would make horrifying zombies? Actually, that could be really easy because you could just like list dead people. Because yeah, that would be horrific if Abraham Lincoln was just walking around outside all of a sudden.
Just like, huh. There's something wrong with that.
I must have used hollow points back then.
Just walking around going 4 score. Be like, need some help? We know how that speech ends.
And it's been more than 4 scores since that speech.
But yeah, so yeah, let's see. We went way off the rails. There's a couple different things that we didn't even seem to touch on, but that's okay. We can hit that up next week.
Collaborative for all sorts of different things, yeah.
But yeah, let us know, who would you hate to go toe to toe with as a zombie? Usain Bolt would suck. Arnold Schwarzenegger would suck.
I mean, another thing I think would suck would be, if you think you get to water and you're safe, if you had like Michael Phelps or something like that, or
what if like in our zombie reality, like zombies take like their host's abilities and like it just gets better. So then you got like Arnold like throwing cars at you, and Usain Bolt like swimming at like 40 miles an hour like a speedboat. Like
Or sprinting fast enough that he runs on water.
that.
That'd be nasty.
Yeah, that we might actually see like real life Dragon Ball Z at that point. I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z. Well, no, Dragon Ball Super, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let us know what you think, what you want to talk about, what you want to see, what you want us to talk about, what you want us to do, any ideas. We're literally still in the infancy here, 20 episodes in, trying to figure
We're not
out
potty trained yet, so help us.
trying to figure out what our format's gonna be and how we're gonna do this. I kind of like the free form, just chat about everything, see what happens, but that might be a little hard for the listeners and the viewers to tune in each week when they're don't know what to expect. Unless we're just that lovable, and then they just want to listen to us.
Is always a possibility.
We can only hope.
Look at these two ugly mugs.
And
my dry skin.
Mugs.
No. Call out to previous episodes.
That's gonna be the
watch
thumbnail.
Them, previous episodes.
It's just gonna be a really ugly mug. I don't know. I'll have to Google the ugliest mug known to man. See what happens. But yeah, that's about it for this week, guys. Thank you all for joining, listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, click that bell. Make sure you get notified when we go live.
About to say that. Click the bell. Click the bell.
That'll let you know when we are speaking to you. So then you'll get a notification that says they're speaking.
It's like you're putting a bell on us so you know when we enter the room.
Like when you put a bell on the cat to know that they're walking around. Just think of us as your household cat. You got to know every Tuesday when we're walking around the corner into your living room.
Yes.
Thank you again. It was nice hanging out. I had a good conversation. Hope you guys all enjoyed it, and see y'all next week.